Hello and welcome to this episode of Jim's 5am Club. It's not morning, but Sunday evening. It's Mother's Day. It's the end of Mother's Day 2021, a day where we get to remember the most beautiful person in the world, our first love, our portal, and somebody who absolutely devoted everything they had to make us all that we could be. And I congratulate and send out my love and respect to all the mothers of the world and wish you a fantastic day. In addition to that, I also want to wish my Greek Orthodox and Eastern Orthodox friends Christos Anesti, because we do continue to greet each other with that beautiful exclamation, Christos Anesti, for the 40 days after Easter Sunday. And what I'd like to do is just to take a moment to take you through a book summary. I'm on a path where I need to generate 4 or 5 a day, and this is my third vlog for the day. I won't get through 5. I need to do 5 a day, but I'll have to catch up later on in the week and maybe next weekend or two to just get the numbers clicking along in order to get to 1,000 vlogs in English by my 61st birthday, which is on the 27th of May. So the book summary that I'll go through today, with your permission, is entitled The Courage Habit by Kate Swoboda. Actually, no, I've done that one there. Sorry. That was on the wrong page. Thank God I saw the tick, which showed that I've done it. Instead of The Courage Habit, we're going to do The Creative Habit by an author with an unusual name of Twyla Tharp. And it's all about how we can stimulate and generate our creative self. So the author here goes on to say that I read for growth, and I firmly believe that what you are today and what you will be in 5 years' time will depend on 2 things: the people that you meet and the books that you read. It's a very powerful point, that one there, because I've got to tell you, the generation or the people today, whilst they read a lot on Facebook and on social media, the level of critical thinking reading, where they are able to focus and read an entire book and to take in the theme, the plot, and the context, are very rare indeed. So it's important, where possible, to read as much as we can. And one of the values, one of the things that I hope to bring to all my friends and family through Jim's 5am Club is an abridged version of reading, where I'm able to generate 3 or 4 key points from the books and the book summaries that I read, so that whilst we can't read the whole book, at least I can express it and deliver it as best I can, showing off the highlights of Sydney and overlaying it with some deep and meaningful knowledge and learning. So the author here, in terms of creativity, talks about a couple of techniques that they use, and they say that we all need, in order to be creative, and we're all creative, everybody's creative in their own way, but in order to stimulate and to generate and to maintain creativity, we all need to have a startup ritual, a daily startup ritual, which we get into and do every day, that stimulates and gets the creative juices going. Because when it's all said and done, we can't be creative on demand. Some people have the gift, but most creative people need to be in the mood, they need to be in the right headspace in order to be able to do it. And they can put it off. They can procrastinate and put it off for days, weeks, months on end. But because we can't be creative on command, we do need to show up every day and do what we need to do to stimulate and generate a creative sort of state, because creativity, as we all know, ebbs and flows. This year, for example, or over the past 12 months with COVID-19, I just can't believe the amount of energy that I have to allow me to generate up to 1,000 vlogs. At this point in time, I've spoken over 2 million words, and many hours, days worth of vlogging that is available free of charge to the public to be able to use. And I encourage you to spread the word. I encourage you to get your children, your grandchildren, friends and families to tap into Jim's 5am Club, because the way I see it, if I was to cost this and to figure out how much it costs me to do each vlog in terms of travel time, personal time, upload time, taking down notes and all of that, it would be at least $100 a vlog. So when I do 1,000 vlogs, what I'm actually doing is I'm actually making available to all and sundry at least $100,000 worth of resources that people can use to leverage their lives. And I'm talking about people who don't have a formal education, haven't gone to university, don't have a father figure in their lives, have issues, have problems, are lonely, and are at a point in their lives where they need to be resourceful. And I'm here to be that resource for you if you need it, and it's free of charge. So the next point that the author makes in terms of our creativity and maintaining that creativity and building on our creativity is to have a thing called a project box, which we basically put things into there which allow us to organise, prepare and recalibrate ourselves at work. You know, things that we can readily tap into, grab hold of, and can help stimulate those creativity juices. And what we're talking about is basically setting up a box, a project box with all the project material. And the first thing about doing something like that is that it shows the world, and it shows to us that we're committed to the project. It allows us to come and go and to access the material at any point in time, because as we know, we have ebbs and flows, and whenever you're in the mood, that's when you can go to your project box and start grabbing your stuff, grabbing your material and seeing where you last left off, because it makes it easy to pick up again and to allow you to leave a project midpoint or three-quarter point or wherever, and to be able to come back to it. Interestingly enough, some famous authors, like Hemingway, for example, would always finish his writing sessions in the middle of a sentence. He would never continue to write until he completed something, for fear of coming back and not being able to start something new. But by finishing something halfway through, he always had something to come back to, something to complete. And as we know, as we've learnt time and time again, we humans are teleological in nature, which means that once we start something, once we create a hook in our brain and we initiate something, our brain, our subconscious will keep on working in the background and only be satisfied once we close it off, once we close the loop, once we finish it. And that's why some great people, as a matter of course, always leave their projects, always leave work half done so that they can come back and complete it, but they can also experience the eureka effect. Because as we say, when you leave something half done, your conscious mind clocks out, switches off, but your subconscious brain keeps on mulling over and trying to identify and find solutions. And then you'll be totally relaxed, you'll be in the shower, you'll be thinking about something else, you'll be in deep play, completely oblivious to the problem and the challenges that you've set yourself at the subconscious level, and the solution will magically manifest itself and pop into your brain. So I guess that's it. Short and sweet on this Mother's Day, a very, very important day. I was up there on George Street a little earlier and I shared the story on one of the other vlogs. I was just vlogging the light rail coming up and down George Street and using that as the subject matter and the backdrop for a book summary that I was doing entitled The Energy Bus. And when I was halfway through my vlog, I got heckled by a passerby who thought that I was videotaping them and wanted to ask me why I was videoing without permission, and the discussion got quite heated. I told him to piss off. I told him I didn't need permission to film in a public space because it's a public space, and what is in a public space is public material. So I was minding my own business. I wasn't following him around specifically to film him. He just walked through my field of vision as I was just panning the camera up and down the street to capture the material and to overlay it with my vlog. Anyway, we finished off the argument. I apologised. I told him I wouldn't post the vlog just to satisfy him. But it just goes to show, we are surrounded by people, and especially on days like today, Mother's Day, who may be a little bit more sensitive than any other times of the year. And I guess, it's important to be reasonable and to be respectful of people. So on that point, let's finish off with a positive affirmation. I'm alive, I am well, I feel absolutely great. To my friends and family, stay connected, stay relevant, stay reasonable, and most importantly, let's stay as creative as we can. Let's finish our projects midstream so we've got something to come back to, and to live, learn and pass it on, and to not be intimidated by people who try and shape our lives, but to do what we think and know is right, and to stand by our principles. It's important to help each other get through the day, get through the week, get through our lives, to be the wind beneath our wings, to be the wave beneath our boards, to be the zephyr that flutters our sails, and to be the engine that turns our amusement park. I've even forgotten what it's called. What are they called? Ferris wheel. To be the engine that turns our Ferris wheel. Thank you once again. Yassas, Filakia, and we'll talk again. Bye for now.